Imagine you are locked inside a massive, empty sports stadium. Right in the center, a single water drop falls from the ceiling. This is a magical drop of water. Every 60 seconds, it doubles in volume. One drop becomes two, two become four, then eight, and the pace rapidly accelerates. Let's say this process started at exactly noon. At 12:59 p.m., after 59 minutes of doubling, the stadium is still 99% empty. You would see only a small pool on the field, giving you a false sense of security. But the clock strikes 1, and in that final 60 seconds, the water doubles one last time, filling the entire stadium to the brim. This thought experiment reveals a biological limitation. The human brain is naturally wired to think in straight, linear increments. We cannot intuitively grasp the math of exponential growth until it is too late. Because we can't visualize that explosive endgame, many of us spend our early years playing the status game. We use our income to fund depreciating assets, cars, clothes, and vacations, to project a lifestyle we haven't actually earned yet. This behavior often relies on EMIs and minimum credit card payments. This activates compounding in reverse. Instead of earning interest on your capital, you are paying interest on your consumption, handing the most powerful wealth-building tool in history back to the banks. Consider that legendary investors like Warren Buffett are world-renowned for earning roughly 20% a year on their investments. Meanwhile, the average credit card user is quietly losing 30% a year to interest. Compounding is an indifferent multiplier. Over a 20-year horizon, it will either work to accelerate your losses or expand your capital. The direction it takes depends entirely on which side of the interest rate you choose to sit on today.
The basic mechanics of wealth building are deceptively simple. You earn a return on your capital, and in the following year, you earn a new return on that expanded base. To find your doubling point, use the rule of 72. Divide 72 by your annual return. At a 10% interest rate, it doubles every 7.2 years. This creates the 7-3-2 rule of acceleration. At a 10% rate, saving your first $50,000 might take 7 years. With a larger base, it takes only 3 years to add the next $50,000, and just 2 years for the $50,000 after that. On a graph, this looks like a perfectly smooth curve. Each year stacks on the last, creating a predictable path toward a massive final portfolio. While this math is technically correct, it is a psychological lie. Financial planners use this curve to sell a peaceful journey, but market reality is far more violent. Real-world markets do not operate with the clean predictability of a spreadsheet. This is what the actual historical data of a major index looks like. It is a series of random drops, long flat lines, and sharp spikes. In any given month, you might see your life savings plummet by 10 or 20%. Spreadsheet models also frequently ignore inflation. As your nominal balance grows, the real-world buying power of those dollars is constantly being eroded, meaning your final millions buy less. Overlaying the jagged market reality on top of our smooth curve, the deviations are massive. You will be significantly below expected wealth for years. Yet, despite volatility, the jagged line arrives at the exact same exponential endpoint. The math holds through over time, but the journey to get there is messy. Wealth building is an endurance test that requires you to survive the volatility that the spreadsheet ignores. To successfully play this money game, you must remove your own emotions from the execution. This starts with automation. By setting up a system that buys assets every month regardless of the price, you ensure that you stay invested even when news headlines are screaming about a financial crisis. You also have to focus on increasing your inputs. Wealth isn't just the result of saving pennies. It requires increasing your income through high-demand skills so you have more capital to feed into the exponential machine. Finally, you must survive the flat line. For the first decade, your progress will feel invisible. This is the period where most people quit because they cannot see the doubling effect happening beneath the surface. Exponential wealth is the mathematical reward for psychological endurance. It favors the disciplined investor who can sit through years of boredom and chaos until the math finally finishes its work.